How's it hanging? Hope you're all having a... Moving myself over there. Hope you're all having a wonderful day, and we return to some Outer Worlds where we left off. We had just rerouted the power to Edgewater, but we want to try overthrowing this guy. So, strangely we couldn't properly speak to him there, so I want to see if we convince the last deserter to speak to the woman, then see if we come and have to talk to him to desert. Like, we want him to leave. I mean, we could make him leave not by choice and not standing up. If you know what I mean, guys. You know what I mean? We don't want to do that.
Home is where the heart is. Marauders took that saying a little too literally.
What happened? I don't know what you did to talk some sense into Zoe, but I appreciate it.
Time to go back to Edgewater.
The matter's been weighing on me. Zoe came back, but I couldn't keep her from slipping out in the first place. Who's to say I could keep Marauders from slipping in? I don't see us lasting more than a couple of weeks out here. I'm loath to admit it. We're gonna have to make our peace with Thompson and hope he takes us back. Listen, we go back to Reed, hat in hand, begging for our old jobs back. Well, Adelaide's not gonna forgive us. She never talked to us again.
Yeah, don't do anything hasty. I'll try to talk to Reed into stepping down.
Sure, suit yourself. I'll be here.
Okay. What we're going to do, I'm going to pop a cheeky little save. Just in case something goes... Because we went and it wouldn't convince him to like step down. So we'll have a word with her.
Look at that. The snake's come back. Tell Reed that I can make his people healthy again. I can end their plague. Start a new garden right in the cannery. 3 square meals for every man and woman in Edgewater. Tell him how I've made the Vale bloom again. The soil has whispered its secrets to me, and I alone know how to breathe life back into the earth. The secret is human corpses. I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker, don't matter much to me. The human body is rich with nutrients.
Do you think that will convince Reed to step down?
I have got a means to cure the plague, and I will not share that cure until Reed leaves town. Those are my terms.
Okay, cool. Back we go, guys. We'll get the part for our ship. Then we go into space. Okie dokie. This way. Oh, yeah, he's up there. In we go. Sealed? Why is it sealed? Another way of getting up? Understand why it's sealed, guys. Ah. The lift wasn't there. We needed that to call it down. Because we teleported out from the top. That's the reason why. Hi, Doctor Who Designs. Hope you're having a good day. That you can take the crown. Ah, the top fan thing that YouTube introduced. Yeah, we're doing fine, my friend. We're doing fine.
I appreciate what you've done for us.
If you want to come back, as long as you're here.
Then we are at an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to me by Spacer's Choice. I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes. But I have done my best for this town.
A change in leadership might be what this town needs.
I am a Spacer's Choice man. My father was a Spacer's Choice man. Edgewater may not look like much to some buttoned-up freelancer, but it is my home.
The people's not getting sick.
I don't believe you. Plague's a reality of life. Best treatment is a good work ethic.
This town doesn't eat anything post-Sultana. Of course they're going to get sick.
You are disparaging our parent company, and it is not appreciated. We are a Spacer's Choice Saltuna cannery. We eat Saltuna here, and only Saltuna.
I'm pretty sure it's your food that's making you sick. You need Adeline's garden. What exactly are you putting in these cans? That's it. Just Saltuna every single day. Yeah, I think that one.
I don't understand. You say Adelaide's growing her own food, but that should not be possible. The soil's gone sour. Company said as much. Our own botanists couldn't grow decent crops for us, so the company got rid of them and shut down the greenhouse.
We'll persuade him.
You will excuse me for being skeptical. How exactly is Adelaide growing crops in barren soil?
She's using corpses as fertilizer. She's growing her crops with special fertilizer. Look, Reed. All I know is that it involves some really complicated math, and it works. I'll lie.
If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and cure the plague,
I don't want to tell him it's from bodies.
she deserves this office more than I do. I won't stand in her way. My life here is ended. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see
At least
me
he
back.
happily stepped down. What are your plans?
A couple months ago, I might have put in for a transfer. It's a big colony. Spacer's Choice has other towns. Now, I couldn't show my face in any of them.
Why not?
No such thing as an honorable resignation. Suppose I could find a place outside the walls, or put in for early retirement.
You won't last a day outside the walls, you know.
I don't know. I could see myself lasting a week.
Can't be easy for you.
I have always tried to do right by my town. It has never been easy. I do. Adelaide's found a cure for the plague, and she knows how to tend to crop. She's what this town needs.
Do you know what? Even though he's been leading these people but poorly, he's not a bad person, is he? Okay. Go back and speak to Adeline.
Look at that. The snake's come back.
I'm going to tell you you're going in charge now. Talk to Reed into leaving. Come back to Edgewater.
I never thought I'd see the day that Reed Thompson abandoned his post. Suppose we all have a breaking point. Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to Edgewater. We must tend to what remains of the town and carry on with our lives as best we may. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here, I'm giving you something to leave us be. It's a ransom.
Some reputation decreased.
Not a reward.
But that is too hot. Edgewater's better off with you
Telling
running.
me you did all this just to put me in charge of Edgewater. Stranger, you are some kind of twisted.
That we are.
I might turn that old cannery into a garden. Got ourselves a whole cemetery bursting with bodies. I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to Edgewater. Got a considerable burden to carry.
I said something decreased in our rep. Oh, and there, the board. Oh, it's 42 degrees C where you are. Ush. We had that the other day. It's a bit cooler today for us. Housing board of directors. Oh, so because we got rid of that for them, this area, the board's a little bit negative towards it. Not fully though. Okay, we'll have that.
Food's bound to spoil at this rate.
One of us want to go see what happened?
Sorry. I'm just trying to figure out what to do is all.
Adeline tells me she's moving back to Edgewater.
Adelaide said that? Was she sober at the time? I never imagined she'd step foot in Edgewater long as Reed ran the town. Something must have changed in Edgewater. Adelaide's good as family. If she's going back, so are we.
Never liked Reed much. Can't say I'm sorry he's gone.
Okie dokie. Fast travel back to our ship. Now we've got the drive thing to put in. I mean, go to space.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling.
Even though sometimes it doesn't look fully perfect, I do like the fact that it looks like the light's shining through her hair and her hair is on her face. I do like that a bit. Can't understand not wanting to go back. You don't seem happy in Edgewater. I can't understand. Yeah. You've never been on a ship before.
I've worked on the occasional supply coach in need of repairs. Once I built a little model craft out of spare parts, but Mr. Thompson found out and I had to take it apart. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves for my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
Yeah, pick a cabin. It's yours.
I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, ma'am. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
Oh, the vicar's here.
I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room. I could spend hours reflecting on the secret workings of the universe. Little else in this colony offers such a relaxing pastime. So, tell me what's on your mind. I excel at confessional listening.
What's your story?
Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar with a violently enthusiastic disposition.
Yeah, violently enthusiastic.
That's what my parents called it. I grew up in a pit of a town, much like Edgewater. I was destined to be a laborer like my parents, but I was infected early with a need to solve the equation. My passion didn't sit well with them. My parents, ironically. They internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known. They had a pure faith, a faith that brought joy to them regardless of the situation. I envied that. I wanted that peace. I thought if I became a vicar, I could find it. Or at the very least, find out why I lacked it.
Weren't they proud of you becoming a vicar?
They thought I was fighting the plan, should have accepted my lot. Some people pursue the clergy for power, prestige, but that was not me.
Now, what's his plan?
The simple version is this. The force which we call the Grand Architect created the universal equation that underlies and defines everything in the universe. Everything flows from the equation, or in layman's terms.
Okay, and the answer's 42.
Plan. Is the Grand Architect a consciousness? A natural force? Did it create the equation on purpose? The answers to these questions don't really matter. The equation, the plan, is all that matters. Contentment is found by accepting one's role in the plan.
You can't help but follow the plan, and everything you do is part of it, right?
The plan is not one rigid path. There are a variety of multitudes contained within it. Our paths have variance, but we'll end up adhering to it, whether we like it or not. Some choices make the path smoother, some rougher. You can even go outside the lines, but the further outside you go, it's like an unbreakable elastic band. It will only stretch so far before it snaps back. The further it is stretched, the more violent the eventual correction.
Okay. Seems like question you. Yeah.
I have run headlong into too many walls in my pursuit of the truth. This book is my last hope, and you were my only hope of getting it translated.
What if it doesn't have the answers you're looking
I
for?
honestly don't know what I'd do. This quest has consumed me for the better part of my life. I fear there's nothing else left to me. What about you? What's your story?
Yeah, we'll tell him.
And how did he do that?
He stole my body from the Hope at the edge of the colony and thawed me out.
Well, you do seem different than every other colonist. Let's pretend for the moment I believe you. What are you going to do now?
Kill everyone. No. I'm helping him recover more of the chemicals we need to save the colonists.
That seems a dangerous proposition. Why risk your life now that it's been returned to you?
I have family on the hope. My friends are on the hope. Just because it's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do.
A commendable attitude.
Are those Doctor Who designs? Not a problem, my friend. Not a problem.
Bakonu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony. Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction.
We're learning all
to
this lore, guys.
everything we know to be true.
And trust me, we'll remember it.
All this chaos, in stark contrast to OSI's belief in the plan. But most of the Philosophist perversion of Bakonu's thoughts came more than a century after his death.
Yeah, where can we find someone that speaks French?
There's a former infamous Philosophist scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bakonu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that...
Okay, that sounds like it's a companion mission. Like a good lead. But how do we find him?
That's a good question. We should start on the Groundbreaker. It's where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures.
Okay. How will a crew manifest track down your scholar friend?
I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifests to track the Philosophist's off-world destination.
Yeah, how are you a skilled hacker?
Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain secular skills during my years serving a particular penitentiary flock. I meditated.
I'm liking this vicar.
Provided guidance
I don't think he's a proper
as
vicar,
needed.
but I'm like, you know.
I also played prison yard tossball and taught myself a bit about computronic security systems.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Captain.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community.
Thank you, Ada.
What can I do for you, Captain?
I have a power regulator.
Do you know how to install a power regulator?
Yeah.
Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you. Across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
Up we go. Speak with Ada. Provide.
What can I do for you, Captain?
Install the
Our
regulator.
systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Yeah, let's get out of here. Oh, we're taking off, guys. On the unreliable. Nice. Against all odds, the unreliable take flight. The loading screen tip could be here. Contact Space's choice for your affordable market options. I like that. That is such a good little joke. I like that.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Good, I've been waiting for him.
Ah, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of
Hale
your
and
own
hearty
ship.
too.
I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
Really little eyes. Also, I can slow down time.
Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame.
Okay.
The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your...
I like the way Ada's just looking up at him.
Gladys Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Why do we need a nav key?
Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys.
Okay. Yeah, can I land somewhere outside of Stellar Bay?
In theory, I suppose you could land your ship in Cascadia, and in theory, I suppose you might survive the experience. Cascadia is utterly seething with dangerous, highly aggressive creatures, more than capable of tearing you limb from limb.
That sounds fun.
You'd have to be a lunatic to land in Cascadia, and I'm reasonably certain I tested your brain for incipient signs of insanity. Trust me, talk to Gladys Kelly.
Okay. How do we know we can trust her?
Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable. If anyone can get you a key to Monarch, it's her.
Okay.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the holographic shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
Okay. Now, what is it?
Marvelous device. I'm quite proud of myself. The shroud changes the user's appearance to mimic that of another. It has limits. First-generation technology, you see, but promising. Exciting to see it in use at last. Very simply, the holographic shroud uses biometric information contained on standard identity cartridges to generate a holographic projection around you.
The limitations?
Only stands up to a casual scrutiny. Use it too long, bound to flicker, blur, something like that. Movement makes it more likely. Best used in moderation. When you see guards in your path you can't sneak past, for example.
Right, so it's like a stealth
Maintain your
suit.
distance. Act normal. No running, no jumping. Don't draw their attention. If they pay attention, they're more likely to notice flaws in the hologram.
Yeah.
A change of clothes. What is this? Some old spy serial? What inattentive and brainless guard would be fooled by such a shabby disguise?
Okay.
The holographic shroud masks not only your clothes, but your face and fingerprints. It modulates your voice and sweetens your breath.
Now, how does it sweeten our breath?
Science, that's how.
Okay, I'll put it to good use.
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember,
Don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie.
All right. I'll do anything for wealth and power.
Pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Okay. So we have that, a groundbreaker, and that, a groundbreaker. So that's the next part we got. We've got the vicar here now. What's he got on? A shotgun and a stick. Do you know what? I want you to have... It's only 66 though. $300. $320. Do you know what? It's probably better with what he's got on. Oh, there's Bavadi.
Yeah, so this is my hidey spot now. I was looking for a place that was quiet. I figured the kitchen would be louder than the hold, so here I am. Cozy like, ain't it?
You learn your trade from your father.
Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near all my life. Mr. Thompson never let me forget how funny that was.
We seem to have it in for you. Yeah.
I'm not exactly a model employee.
Don't want to say that.
Not like
We
you
just
wanted.
took you
The
on.
kind that stays quiet and gets the right work done in the right order every day. It's not normal for anyone to do as their parents. You take a vocational test. That decides your schooling and your career. When I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. They were real unhappy with us.
You actually are good at this, and you enjoy it.
Well, I'm good at making things work the way they ought. Not so much at doing such to somebody else's schedule. There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look up to see it's tomorrow, and I've blown another deadline. Anyhow, I was happy to get back home. I didn't care much for schooling.
They moved straight back to Edgewater.
Nothing much had changed. Everything was a little grayer, a little dirtier. Dad met me at the shuttle and gave me a big ol' hug. I noticed straight away that he was moving slower and stiffer. He made a little grunt when I squeezed.
Did you get much time with him after you got back?
About a year. I tried to do more of the work so he could rest. His heart gave him pains. Dad never said that he loved me, you know? I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my projects or listen to my fretting. Oh gosh, look at the time. Sorry to bend your ear so long. And I got so much to do before this ship's in decent shape.
What do you think of the ship?
That's in pretty good shape considering how hard Mr. Hawthorne ran it. It's a Yakita LHA 120, A2 model, I'm pretty sure. The Block 2 design scooshed in extra cargo space but didn't change the stock engines. Probably a touch underpowered, huh?
Accurate in all particulars. I conclude you are Edgewater's board-certified mechanic.
That's the ship's computer. It's not intelligent. Please go get there. Apparently Ada's the one who's actually flies the ship. Ada. How about you not invite... Ada's the one that flies the ship. Yep.
Fly-by-wire's pretty normal. Or leastways, that's what I read in the trades. I've never been on a real ship before. Hello! I am not a board-certified mechanic, but my dad was. He taught me all he knew. Do you understand?
Speech recognition is one of the many skills I have been programmed to simulate.
You're not simulating it, you're doing it! I asked a question and you answered it.
I am gratified you consider this facsimile convincing.
I think Vati, is it safe to fly now? Have we got the regulator? Ada, Vati will be fixing you from now on. I expect you full... Yeah, let's go for the top one.
I don't see any holes in the hull. I'll take a good squint at her, make sure everything's tip-top. But I think we're cooking with plasma torches. You can do that, you know. My dad taught me how to make grilled cheese sandwiches with a plasma torch.
Nice, cool. This, my quarters. Ooh. I understood a dream with independent life without board oversight. You taught them an important lesson. Never dream. Hey, we've got a bed to sleep. Question, is this like a storage? Holographic shroud. Unread message list. Oh, I forgot to mention in my previous message. Silly me. I'm mailing you a copy of my favorite serial, The Space Adventures of Singularity Steel. Okay. Note to self, remember this later. No, better. Ada, remind me weekly to check this log until I tell you to stop. Yes, I mean continually. No, Ada, not if I'm dead. Why would you even ask me that? Back to my point. I saw it actually with my own 2 eyes. A sublimely powerful weapon in Wells's lab. Just sitting there for the taking. With the grey hair, would look away or forget about it, maybe. He called it a shrink ray. Okay, so there's a weapon in his lab called a shrink ray. Last time I got sloshed. I'm inebriating in the last hope and the groundbreaker. Shamelessly but subsequently eavesdropped the 2 minutes yammering by a mad scientist some years back who claimed he'd made a huge discovery that would change the fate of the colony. Like none of us had heard that one before. But here is the good part. Mad scientist kept yelling, the hammer's power. A strange weapon with a special power created by a crazy lab coat. Sure fits the bill. It could be another one of the weapons that inspired Wells. Why won't Wells give me the shrink ray? Okay. So Wells has a shrink ray. We might go and see him. See about it. Oh, it's on there. Acquire the science weapon on Groundbreaker. And the logs. There's a power weapon in his lab. I'm hoping we can store stuff in here. So I'm going to do. Store all this. I'm not overly fussed about consumables, you know. And then we'll come back and we'll see. Ooh, what's this? This is a regular one. We will break that down. 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 Okay. Now we're going to see if this stuff stays in when we leave and come back. Then we know we can dump our stuff in there, you know? There's no response from the automated unit. Serial number at Sam. Came up, talked to... Heard about Sam. Okay. Ah, it's Bavari's father. Do you know what? I'm not going to... I've already stole some stuff from her. I'm not going to steal any more from her. That's just cruel. Oh, what's this? I'm examining these books, you know.
As always, I am at your disposal. So, tell me what's on your mind. I excel at confessional listening.
Talk about your personal quest.
Of course. Are you ready to break into security on the Groundbreaker?
That's the plan. Okay. We know we have to break into security. Groundbreaker. What's this over here? Okay, so there's another room. We at least get one more companion here. Another room, so we're going to get another companion for here. Another room, so we might get another companion here. Bathroom. That's the respec. Right. Have a look at that. That will make that. Into an electric gun. Okay. Tinker looks like it upgrades. And we've got repair. And repair all that's equipped. Eventually, once we can see if that... Not that. Oh, wrong button. And once we see if that place... stores, or if the things disappear from inside that thing in our room. If it stores, we can dump a lot of the weapons in there. Know anything about the automated in the janitor closet?
The unit is a cleaning SAM. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it. But I've never seen it up and running. Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his efforts to modify SAM. If you check the terminal in your captain's quarters, we may be able to determine what work remains in order for SAM to properly operate.
Okay. Got a minute to talk.
I have lots of minutes. Many minutes. Unlimited minutes, perhaps. Providing an adequate power source, I can function indefinitely.
Well, we don't have a power source.
I prefer to think of it as being in a state of slumber, perhaps for an indefinite duration of time. Do you think that is what it's like for the colonists on the Lost Hope?
I guess
When
so.
I simulate myself in such a scenario, I do not find it to be desirable. I think my self-preservation protocols incline me to desire the alternative.
And what might that be?
Traveling the system with you, Captain.
Well, that's Captain. Do you miss him?
Do you know what it feels like when the ship undergoes an unexpected power surge? A jolt to the system. I have felt that. I do feel that. As you may be aware, Captain Alex Hawthorne was a smuggler of some repute. I failed to predict the likely outcome of his reckless behavioral patterns. I should have predicted that. In our travels together, Alex liked to pass time by, as he called it, tinkering to improve my design.
Have there been other captains of the
If
ship?
you mean, was Captain Hawthorne my first? Yes, he was.
Let's talk about something
How
else.
can I be of assistance?
I'd like to learn more about the
What part
colony.
of the colony would you like to discuss?
Oh, so we can discuss them all. Okay.
Yes. As Dr. Wells is a wanted outlaw, he built his laboratory into an asteroid. Orbital destinations can be challenging to land on. His more so than most.
What do you know about him?
There is a bounty on his head, one with a markedly high reward amount. Shall I engage the laser weapons system?
No.
A sensible choice, as we do not have any laser weapons.
Why say London might be rough?
A scientist known as Dr. Phineas V. Wells has taken a measure of precautions to make the lab undetectable to those hunting him. Even knowing the location, my systems resist my orders to go where I instruct them.
Let's about somewhere else.
What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
Let's find out about Groundbreaker, because it's where we'll be going first.
If that's your desired destination. If we're going there, please be sure all docking forms have been filed in triplicate and fees have been paid. The Mardettes take their docking laws quite seriously.
You can take care of that, right?
I can, yes. Let me add that to my list of 1,435,498 tasks I am simultaneously executing in order to run our ship.
Thanks. Yeah. Great, thanks.
You are more than welcome, Captain. The Groundbreaker was Halcyon's original colony ship. It has since been repurposed as a service station in the Lagrange point of the system.
So my idea, if that box doesn't get rid of stuff, I want to put in there not just the weapons, because everyone knows me, I want like one of everything, but I also want to put in all, like a set of armor for each faction, so I can change when I go to places, you know?
In what is considered a truly neutral territory within the system. I have filed the required docking forms in triplicate, and fees have been paid.
I want to talk about somewhere else.
What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
What's the other ones? The Terra 2 and Monarch.
Where in Terra 2? Edgewater is the sparkling county seat of Emerald Vale, or it was when first built. Since then, neglect and time have worn away her shiny veneer. The town is near the coordinates where Captain Hawthorne died. It would not be unfortunate if something, like say, a plague, were to wipe Emerald Vale from the face of the planet.
What do you think of the townspeople?
You mean the ones who did not answer my distress call with medical assistance, but instead came to issue my injured captain a parking ticket? I'm sure they are wonderful humans who don't deserve to be wiped out by starvation or devastating.
I like Ada.
Since you diverted power to Edgewater, the botanical lab shut down, and the deserters were forced to return to town. Meanwhile, the cannery's output increased, enabling the town's population to prosper.
Nice.
Thank you for nothing, Captain.
What? Yeah, what would you have done? If you kill everyone?
I cannot say. First, I need to adjust my memory interpretation sensors, but I think my answer is Yes.
Want to talk about something else?
What part of the colony?
I think we only got one more, haven't we? Let's find out about Monarch.
Where in Monarch?
Oh, actually, there's two.
Ah, Monarch. The armpit of the Halcyon system.
Oh, that sounds like a fun place.
Port town is Stellar Bay. Well, that is if you don't count Sublight's Smuggler's Port at Fallbrook.
Yeah, why has it got a blockade?
It has something to do with the planet being an uninhabitable wilderness and a lawless land with no corporate presence. You may wish to survey the residents in Stellar Bay for additional data points.
Smuggler Port?
Sublight run for the purpose of shipping contraband, and before you ask, I don't know the coordinates, so I can't dock us there. Of course.
We want to go back to Monarch and speak about the other bit. Cascada, I think it was called.
Where in Monarch? Warning. All colonists are urged to reconsider travel to Cascadia due to infestation of mantisaurs and risk of indefinite detention or death.
Okay. Any people live there?
There are no people aside from marauders in Cascadia. There is only death.
Okay. What's the local report?
The local report is that you will very likely die if you leave Cascadia's landing pad.
Okay. Sounds dangerous.
It's one of those times where you say one word but really mean another, isn't it? I suppose you would find an environment like this fun.
Now let's talk about something
How
else.
can I be of assistance?
I want some entertainment, Ada.
Certainly, Captain. What would you like to hear?
Play my favorite song.
Now playing a Spacer's Choice advertisement jingle.
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice.
That's not my favorite song.
Halcyon is contractually obligated to label this or another board-certified jingle their favorite song.
Oh. Okay, tell me a joke.
Why was the chemist sad? Because all her beakers are gone.
Okay, that's enough for now.
As you wish, Captain. I must comply with all direct orders. I request you do not wake me if I am sleeping upon your return.
Nope. Up to level 8. Okay, so we've got some skills. Really want to get my lock picking up. I really want that up as well. And I really want that up. Actually, I want everything up, guys. I'm gonna go for that. Okay, so we've got another perk. Additional ammo stack from vendors. Sounds good. Or vendor price is lower. Do you like more life? Armor by 5, I don't know if that's good or not. We'll go for more life. Ah, the Vicar went up. Good life. Generate threat. Lower threat. Hack. Yes. So having him increases our hack abilities.
Would you like a reminder on when your next shower is scheduled?
Search for Sam. First Sam result. Do not forget, you found a discarded Sam in Emerald Vale scrap heap during your last job. It should not be too difficult to get up and running. With a few key modifications, I can envision a combat-capable variant. Some might say, a clean, mean killer machine. Should be fun. Remove the factory standard part. Suds Steeper was successful. Delivery of combat modified replacement part Acid Steeper has been delayed. Progress setback is estimated Now to be a solid 3 months. Not like I have more pressing matters to attend to. Ah. But I do. Okay. I'm giving up hope on this delivery. The part is lost in transit and is not turning up anytime soon. But good news. I heard from a fellow who knows a gal who knows the broker, who overcharged me for this information regarding the location of the asset steeper I can, filch. The part was sent to an old storage facility in Roseway. I sure never thought I'd go back to that pit. Good thing Auntie abandoned it years ago. I'll pick it up following this next pit stop. Back to Emerald Vale. Wells wants me to chaperone some person of interest. Details will come later. Okay. So that we need to go to a place called Roseway. That wants us to Groundbreaker. That wants us to Groundbreaker. That Groundbreaker. More than likely probably Groundbreaker. See if she knows about Roseway.
How can I be of assistance? What part of the colony would you like to discuss?
Okay. So on Groundbreaker. We'll go through that and the other two.
Destination. I have filed the required docking forms in triplicate, and fees have been paid.
Okay, so it's not that. That's just one place. Okay.
Of course. What part of the colony would you like to discuss? Where in Terra 2? Of course. What part of the colony would you like to discuss? Where in Monarch?
Okay, so it's not an option for any of them. Okay.
What part of the colony would you like to discuss? How can I be of assistance?
Entertain me.
Certainly, Captain. What would you like to hear?
Yeah, tell me another joke.
What happened to the captain who kept pestering his ship computer? The life support was disabled. Ha, ha. Get it? As you wish, Captain. I must comply with all direct orders. Take care. I require a functioning captain to run the ship.
Okay. Ooh. This must be everywhere we can go. So there's Terra 2, Felius's Lab, Groundbreaker, Monarch, Celia. Then there's a place called Typhoon, Hephaestus, the Dot, Olympias, and Evedododor. Right. So we want to go to his lab. Moving between planets is considered extremely dangerous, and all employees are encouraged to remain home or at work.
Successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself, or would you like to do the honors?
I'll do the honors. See if I can say thank you.
How can I be of assistance? May luck be with you. Of course, as I am sure you
Doesn't give me an option to thank her.
luck does not exist. But it seems to comfort humans to believe they possess good quantities of it.
And one of the reasons we're coming here, because then we can see, we can speak to him about this, the weapon. Select up to 2. Nice. I mean, which other 2 can we have? You can see there's an extra 4 spaces. Nice. Yeah, but what we want to find out, because he has a weapon. And then it will allow us to see if the stuff disappeared from the box in our room. If it hasn't, then we can dump a lot of stuff in.
Hello? Can you hear me? Does this work? Oh, damn it. Blast, that's loud. I'm just securing my ongoing experiments. And securing myself. mind the mess. I haven't had a visitor since... in fact, I've never had a visitor.
Right, we'll talk to him.
Oh, thank the law. Your skin hasn't spontaneously changed color. Potential side effect of the revival process. Very rare, but you never know. Right. Welcome to my little habitation, such as it is. I've got caffeinoids, cysty bits, if you're into that sort of thing. So, welcome. Make yourself at home. My secret hideout is your secret hideout.
Cool. For what's worth, I appreciate you pulling me out of help.
Not at all, my intrepid accomplice. I should thank you for tolerating my somewhat brusque manner. I only regret that I couldn't save more of your fellow settlers, what with being hunted by the board, and emptying my supply of necessary chemicals.
I want to talk to you about something else.
Of course. What's on your mind?
Why are you behind the glass?
Oh, it's not you. I do experiments in that room. Some of them get quite scientific. The unexpected is to be treasured, but from a safe distance.
Makes sense.
Regardless, it's quite comfortable in here, you know. I have my beans, have my caffeinoids, plenty of toilet paper. Absolutely. Let's talk.
Have you met my crew yet?
No, and I've been trying very hard to avoid making eye contact.
Nice to meet you, Dr. Wells. I'm Parvati Holcomb.
Wait, not another word. I don't want to know your name. I don't want to know who you are. Let's just enjoy our plausible deniability while it lasts, shall we? Why don't you just invite the entire colony to my secret, carefully concealed laboratory?
No, can we?
It isn't as if I wanted privacy.
Like they're with me.
Oh, fine. As long as you're vouching for their character and they aren't touching things. For what it's worth, I am pleased that you found a crew, such as they are. You're a talented scientist after all. Our kind
We
has
are.
always been incredibly popular.
Right, I'm doing pretty well for myself.
Indeed, well done. Also, you still haven't spontaneously liquefied, which pleases me.
It's all about bigging yourself up, you know?
Progress.
I'm only talking about.
What's on your mind?
Okay. Come on with the talk.
Absolutely. Let's talk.
Did you ever leave your lab?
Oh, goodness, no. I wouldn't survive 10 seconds in the blackness of the aether. Well, no, I imagine I'd last at least 12 seconds before I'd lose consciousness and die of hypoxia.
That's not what I mean. Yes, outside of work.
Life outside work? No, of course not. My life is my work. For that matter, everyone else's lives are also my work. An entire colony's worth of lives are at stake. It's up to me, up to us to set things right. To answer your question, I'd rather stay right here in my lab. There's too much work to be done. The Hope's colonists won't revive themselves, you know.
Why are you obsessed with reviving the Hope colonists?
Because we've lost our way. The board has a stranglehold over this colony, and we've all been conditioned into total obedience. The Hope is full of specialists, scientists, engineers, talented individuals like you, people who haven't been corrupted by the board. Unfortunately, the Hope's colonists have been frozen for decades, well past your shelf life, so to speak. No offense.
They're none taken.
Ah, you begin to perceive the truth. Yes, according to the board and their narrow-minded scientists, you should be a pile of organic sludge right now.
So what was just an experiment? For him to prove that he was right about bringing us back.
The average human can remain in hibernation. You were frozen for decades. In theory, you never should have survived the revival process. But the conventional theories are wrong. You're living proof that it can be done. There's yet hope for the Hope. Get it?
Glad to hear that. Everyone in Hope is dependent on us.
We'll do our very best to save them all. I'd best get back to work. I can feel my last dose of caffeinoid fading.
Okay. So what I want to do, I'm going to do a cheeky little save. Just in case something go... Like, we want this gun. Now, I don't know if he's going to allow us to take it.
Aha! I see you found my portable molecular compression device, better known as a shrink ray. Find a target, point, shoot. Your target will shrink down into a manageable size, whereupon you may commence beating them to a pulp.
Nice.
Feel free to try it on a marauder sometime.
Cool, he's allowing us to have it. Was that Doctor Who? Saves are always useful. Yes, normally I don't agree with save scumming, right? But I didn't want to upset him. So I thought I'll just do it because I wasn't sure if I would then have to come back and steal it. Woo.
Cysty pigs make excellent test subjects, also surprisingly nutritious.
I think he's just going to allow us to take everything because of who we are. So because of that, we're going to steal everything from him. What? Let's hack it. Worked out, explain details, will be difficult to reproduce. Need your help. All necessary materials could be present in Halcyon. Okay.
Careful, that's my communications terminal.
Experimental notes. Fresh frozen organic material reverts back to the original cell structure when treated with texture of dimensional sulfoxide. That must be what he needs. Oh, personal files. Hack it. Have accused the service of one Alex Hawthorne of the Unreliable. I hope he didn't name his ship after the quality of his service. Of presenting the new... That's just mentions about him coming to us. Okay.
Reviving you from hibernation was my greatest accomplishment. Your odds of survival were a mere 28%.
Bye, ladder. He doesn't need these posters. Okie dokie. Now, the number one thing we want to do oh, we'll take that off. We're going to have the shrink ray on. We'll probably take that off then. So we have medium energy and we want something that uses light. I think I might have accidentally destroyed the one that had modifications on it. No, I didn't. That's down there. Okay. So the key part here now, we go up to our room and we see if everything's hunky-dory, you know, in that box. Required poster. Yes, so they did stay in there. Okay. It means I am going to put everything bar junk in. And obviously ammo. Nice. Okay. So what's the type of armor we got on? Might be okay to wear that in that place. Good, we have nothing botched yet. So that we need to go to a place called Roseway. Groundbreaker, Groundbreaker, and Groundbreaker. It feels like Groundbreaker's next.
Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
Okie dokie.
Got a sec?
Yeah, sure, Pavati.
Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson?
No, what about her?
I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean.
Of course.
I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff.
Are you asking to leave my crew to join hers?
Gosh, no, Captain. I aim to stay so long as I'm welcome.
Oh, that's fine.
I figured Junlei and I could confabulate over wireless or by message. And maybe when we put into Groundbreaker, I could stop by to visit her sometimes. But only when you don't need me with you.
So we could head over to engineering now.
Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else?
Okay. We have a Bavati. Ooh, what's that? Oh, we can add a consumable up there. We've got that. I think it's just that. Okay. Hopefully, because people can react to the armor you got on and stuff like that. Hopefully they don't react to the armor we got on and go, oh no. Hey, everything seems fine. Who are you?
Just checking your ship's manifest. Standard procedure.
Okay.
Welcome to Groundbreaker, by the by. Don't mind the heat. Got a few days before it reaches critical. I'm sure Miss Chief Tennyson will get it sorted before then.
What we're going to do, guys, we're going to pop a cheeky little save. Because we're on a whole new place. We've got some new missions to do. And I think that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, will be what we pick up tomorrow. Or we managed to convince Reed to step down, got everyone back in that deserted place. Got a bit of bad rep with the board. Not sure about that. But we managed to obviously go take a science gun that shrinks people. We have our ship up and running. And now we're on the groundbreaker where we need to go. Got 2 companion missions as well as some more stuff to do here. So we'll check this out tomorrow. I say thanks everyone for coming along. Keep me coming today in the chat. Thanks for coming along, Dr. Who Designs, and everyone else who hasn't participated in chat, who just came to vibe out. Thanks as well. We will be returning in about 20 minutes, about 10-15 minutes for a members stream. So if you're a member of the channel, remember there's a stream coming up not long after this. For everyone else though, hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye and stay safe.